I'm Lisa McCormick, and I have been attending Olivet Lutheran Church for a little over 2 years, along with my two daughters, Kaya and Megan. We started worshiping here a few years ago when my son was at the Juvenile Detention Center in La Crosse, and he wanted to talk to somebody about God. And so Pastor Andrew was brand new here, and I called him and called the church and asked if he could come and visit my son. And when my son was able to get out on an ankle bracelet, the first worship that we were able to attend together as a family was Christmas Eve. During that worship service that evening, Pastor Dave was preaching, and the message that he gave that evening was speaking directly to our family. It was a message of hope. It was a message of light in the darkness. And the whole time he was speaking, we thought he was talking to Jeffrey. It was just a perfect message for him to hear about believing and hoping in God during difficult times. But as the message progressed on, then he started talking about during grief and death, and that God is there during those times as well. And my mom had just lost her husband, and so it was kind of a really appropriate message for her to receive. And then a little while later, Pastor Dave started mentioning if you'd been hurt by your former church or a place you'd been in the past, and that he was sorry and that you were welcome here. And he was speaking directly to my daughters who were looking for a church home and hadn't been for a few years. And that message as a mom, that was a message that my entire family heard, that through the darkest and deepest of times, that God is there. And that was a perfect message for us to hear. But the longer we started attending this church, the more we realized that it wasn't just the light and the darkness. It wasn't just Pastor Dave's words. It's the Holy Spirit. That this church is filled with the Holy Spirit, not just in the people who are preaching, but in the music and the people that work here, and the people who attend here. And it's just a feeling that you get when you attend worship here. I think for the first time in many years, my soul is being filled again. And I love that feeling that I get here at church.